RAAAAAWWWRRRRRrrrr Greetings, fellow gaming beasts. It's the Epic Beastie Gamer, and it is time for...
Raid. Free-to-play one key nightmare.
Welcome back, gaming beasts. It's the Epic Beastie Gamer here, once again playing Raid Shadow Legends. This is to show you the one key nightmare and the team and how I have set them up as a free-to-play player, not a wallet warrior Uber-Kraken. Using Geomancer as the lead, you can see the damage he has done here, just over 4+ million, in fact just under 5. Ninja, an absolute beast, who's the primary damage dealer. We'll have a look at his set and masteries in a moment. 24 million. Marshaled, he's helping as a support with his leech and speed. 6 million. Valkyrie, powerful shields, 1.6 million, and then Seeker, speed boost, 5 million. An unexpected epic there for this setup. Let's have a look. Of course, playing in my clan, Wicked Beasts, you are welcome to send an application in for consideration. We do hit Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare daily. And you can have a look at damage over here. I have an excellent team. Let's go check out those stats. Currently, account level 85. Starting off with Ninja. All right, let's do a full deep dive into his set items. Starting off with his Relentless set, 18% chance to get an extra turn. You can see here I have gone for speed, crit damage, accuracy, attack. Very, very nice, that roll there. Unbelievable. Crit rate, speed, accuracy 3. Again, a very lucky roll. And then I put on some accuracy gloves for the 2 set. Accuracy and speed. You can see there I've chosen crit rate for this. Hit points, speed, accuracy again. You don't need that much accuracy to take on Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare. I use him in Ultra Nightmare 2. Usually I can get a 3-key takedown of Ultra Nightmare. Accuracy here as the chest plate. Crit rate, very nice there. And then back to Relentless Boots for the 4 set. Accuracy 60%. The amazing part about having a Relentless set with Ninja is he often hits for many more turns. And the same is true of Rotos, who I use on another account. I have 7 accounts, all of which have the free Ninja and Ultimate Death Knight and others on them. Let's have a look at his hit points. 35k, but again I'm using Valkyrie. You may have seen her shield, so it's not very important for him to have high hit points or defense, even though 3k plus is good in Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare. Again, Valkyrie is a major shield. Speed, and looking at crit rate, just over, and crit damage is reasonable. Obviously, I would like to have better stats in time, but Relentless sets are not that easy to come by. Let's also have a look here. Chosen attack. Again, I only keep 6-star items and only from magenta and up. I don't keep anything else, and with the auto sell button I just scrap everything. I only ever set dungeons to farm for 6 stars and up. I also work on hard dungeons now. All end game content can be done on my free-to-play account. Alright, crit damage and a defense. I have had this as an accuracy banner, but it's not necessary for where I'm using Ninja. If you were using him in the arena, you might set accuracy higher, because if you're going for the freeze on hit, you want that to be definitely hitting. Oh, let's have a look at the skills first. And let's try that again. There we go. Playing on a phone, so the screen is a bit small here. Attacks one enemy, has a 45% chance of placing a decreased defense debuff. Also fills this champion's turn meter by 15% when used against bosses. So his turn meter is getting knocked up. Again, all of these have been fully booked out over time. Attacks 3 times at random. Each hit has a 75% chance of placing an HP burn debuff for 3 turns. Also places Perfect Veil on this champion for 2 turns. When used against bosses, will instantly activate any HP burn debuffs, including HP burn debuffs placed by this skill. Again, damage based on attack, yeah? Attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of placing freeze. That's amazingly good. You can disable this on the boss. When targeting a boss, will only attack the boss and will ignore 50% of the target's defense. Will also decrease the cooldown of the Hail Burn skill by 1. Some people prefer just disabling this particular version on the boss. I leave it on for max damage. I also auto all of my battles with Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare. I'm sure if I had to tweak them a bit more and manual them, I could get higher numbers, but I'm just going for the fact that I can take it down, and that's it. Simple to use. Increases ninjas attack by 10% up to 100% and crit damage by 5% up to 25% each time a single enemy is hit by all 3 of ninja's active skill in a single round. This is very important for why I choose Relentless as a set item here, because obviously the faster you are, the more turns you get in, and Relentless gives you extra turns. So attack goes up to 100% more. This effect can occur multiple times against the same enemy, again over 20 plus million there on the boss. When fighting bosses, will increase ninja's attack by 20% up to 100% and crit damage by 10% up to 25% instead. And I put this blessing on, which I was lucky to get. I don't usually farm much for Ascension items, but this was just a lucky getting. So it is of course the equivalent of a meteor storm, and it does a lot of damage on the bosses. And of course, anyone unlucky enough to come across a ninja in the arena with this on. Smite debuff. Alright, looking at masteries. I'm not going to go through all of them. You can just take a look at this if you want to set your ninja up. And then again, final one here. Alright, on with the next one in the list. I have quite often used Yumiko, who anyone who's seen my arena videos will know. I enjoy her in Gold 5 and early Platinum. And let's see, I used to use Fushan as the speed lead. Let's have a look at Valkyrie. We'll start off, since we're already on masteries, with her masteries. Alright. Going for accuracy and defense, you could also set her for offense, of course. That works very well too. Her skills: attacks one enemy 2 times, decreases turn meter by 10% on each hit if target has any buffs. Attacks all enemies, places a shield buff on all allies for 3 turns, and a counter attack. Obviously, why I have her like steel, you can use that as well, depending on what heroes you have. Buff on all allies for 2 turns. The value of the shield and the damage inflicted are proportional to this champion's defense. I haven't got massive defense on her because I also use her elsewhere. So she's a bit of a hybrid character. Again, fully booked out. Jealousy. This champion's turn meter will be increased by 10% each time an enemy champion places a buff. Alright, not really important, but the boss does do that, of course. Enemy champions will have their turn meters decreased by 10% for each buff they receive. Aura increases ally defense in faction crypts. And her artifacts again. I have gone for a resilience set, hit points and defense. I won't go through all the stats. We're just going to speed this up slightly. There you can have a look at them. Beautiful roll of 3 on the speed there. Very nice with the hit points, 20%. And I've gone for the defense. I could have had this as a crit rate set. I have had that in the past. And then I've changed her masteries to the attack tree. And of course she does very well with that too. And as you can see, these are pretty much top tier items here. I have 5 legendaries there out of the 6. Alright, this in fact can be swapped out. Hit points, it was a very nice defense max. Ah yes, that's why I kept it. And 5% of damage. I don't usually keep 5-star items, but this was a particularly good roll for defense. Otherwise I could of course swap it out here for somebody else who's equipped with it. And looking at HP here, again, I could use the crit damage one, but again, she's not set up for an attack build at the moment. And then defense again. Excellent character. Now we look at Marshal Led. He's been set up for speed in my arena, but I put him in here as well, even though I'm not looking at, again, his defense. I'm not bothered by that. He's basically just here to churn out the buffs for the party, specifically in the debuff leech. Alright, if we have a look at this, Bloodsucker. He does look like a vampire bat, a rabid bat. Attacks one enemy, heals this champion by 30% of the damage inflicted, will then attack enemies under leech debuffs. So that's really fantastic because of this coming up. Places a 30% increased speed and a 30% increased crit damage buff on all allies for 2 turns. Now that's getting thrown onto Seeker as well. And of course Ninja, who's going to get those extra turns. So it's a beautiful synergy there. Places a True Fear and Leech debuff on all enemies. So again, in Arena, this is absolutely devastating, especially with my setup with Yumiko, who gives him an extra turn. And he just hits them again and again and again, keeping them in a true fierce lock, like a stun lock. Right, and then of course attacks one enemy, has an 80% chance of stealing all buffs from the target before attacking. Very nice for stripping away the boss's buffs. Places 100% heal reduction debuff, not necessary on the boss. Also places 2 15% continuous heal buffs on this champion. Bear in mind he's still getting leech, and I have got him with Valkyrie for the shield. Damage increases by 50% against targets that have no buffs. So he's stripping the boss's buffs and smacking the buffs off every single time because he's so fast. He's getting so many turns compared to the boss. Masteries there, you can see very easily what they are. War Master. Alright, I could have gone for more accuracy, but it's not necessary because I've got him in an accuracy setup, as you can see there. Perception set. Alright, jumping through these quickly. Some res, pretty useful in Arena. But again, accuracy is key here, and speed. So if we look at the items here, speed, speed, speed. And I'll keep looking for more speed. That was a delicious one. Speed 3. And of course his crit rate is maxed. Accuracy 96. Speed boots. Looking at this, attack. Oh, that's a 5-star. That is despicable. How did I have that and not know it? That needs to come off. It's just as well. And this one needs to be changed. Look at that. It helps to go through some of these older setups because then you find, hang on, I've got better gear than that somewhere. The counter attack is useful though for the boss. That's maybe why I've kept that one on. Alright, accuracy. Banner is a clear winner here. Let's have a look at his total stats. See, the speed is very nice, 264. Again, a reminder, this is a free-to-play setup. Accuracy, 481. All right, the next one we're going to have a look at is Geomancer. An unassuming dwarf. You would not expect any wonderful things to come out of here, perhaps, but again, he is an excellent character. And as you can see, I've got a fairly unusual setup for him because he's an HP burn, but he's a dual purpose because of the toxic set. 75% chance to place a 2.5% poison debuff. All right, again, I've got counterattack on my characters. So, crit rate 100%. Let's have a look at this. That's a lovely roll there. Crit rate, again, lovely speed roll, defense, and crit rate, gloves. Then I've gone with the perception set for 2. It's getting that accuracy in there. As you can see, it has 354. And then the boots for speed. Gone for attack, and accuracy. Now, I could have had this as something else, like crit damage. I do have those elsewhere. Let's look at the total stats here. Definitely could be better in time, but he does the job beautifully. All right. And now let's see what the job actually is. Attacks all enemies, has a 30% chance of placing a 50% decrease accuracy debuff for 2 turns. Nothing fancy here. Removes all buffs from a target enemy, then attacks them. Now, we already have Marshaled doing that, but this is making sure if Marshaled isn't going, Geomancer is taking those away. Steals all buffs. Instead, if the target is under HP burn debuff placed by this champion. All right, so steals them. So that could be increase, attack, defense, and so on. Reduces the cooldown of Quicksand Grasp by 2 turns if the target is killed by the skill under HP burn debuff placed by this champion. Fully depletes the target's turn meter, fills this champion's turn meter by the amount the target loses. Has a 75% chance of placing HP burn and a 25% weaken debuff on the target for 3 turns. Great passive here, and this is what really makes this Geomancer a nasty, nasty beastie. Decreases the damage of all allies by 15% and deflects that damage onto each enemy under HP burn debuff placed by this champion. Again, the key, by this champion. So although Ninja is also throwing out HP burns, it's not going to count, and this Geomancer has done that. If there are multiple champions on the team with the skill, only one will activate as explained. Whenever this champion is attacked, deflects 30% of the damage instead. So he's the lead, he's getting smacked by the boss, deflecting damage. When deflecting damage on each enemy hit, has a 30% chance of dealing additional damage equal to 3% of the target's max HP. Unbelievable. And increases ally HP in all battles by 25%. I have used Ultimate Death Knight as a lead, but in this case, we're going for this. Carapace will receive less damage when under stun, freeze, sleep, fear, true fear, and petrification. Decreases damage received by 10% and increased defense. Again, going for that damage soak. And have a look at the masteries here. I've gone for the attack and the defense tree, as you can see. All right, moving on. Who is next? Seeker. You can see right next to another fantastic character who I have used many times in the past for clan boss. But now I have Valkyrie. All right, Seeker. Since we're on masteries, we'll start there. You can see that very easily. Going for War Master. And let's have a look at skills next. Attacks one enemy 2 times. Has a 25% chance of placing Provoke debuff for 1 turn. This is a greedy little scumbag bat creature. Look at how many books were needed to fully book this guy out. Really, that's a lot of epics for 1 skill on an epic. Wow. All right, Provoke. nasty little pest in arena teams. Fills the turn meter of all allies by 30%. Now remember, Marshalet is already throwing out an aura for everyone to increase speed by 30%. And now you get the turn meter. So you've got increased speed and turn meter boost. Places a 50% increased attack buff on all allies for 2 turns. And then grants an extra turn. That's awesome. Heals this champion by 20% hit points and places a 60% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns when hit with a critical hit. So that's just wonderful because, of course, that extra defense is buffing Valkyrie's shield synergy. Increase ally defense in arena battles by 30%. Not applicable here. All right, I'm just going for speed. You can see it's pretty fast. Nothing too fancy because, in fact, I don't use him in arena teams. So I've gone for those speed sets on my Charlotte and my Arbiter. Crit rate, because I, of course, using him as an attack as well to do damage. Surprisingly, does a lot of damage. All right, crit rate again, and crit rate gloves with some nice speed. Speed again, and speed. Surprisingly, with attack, again, I'm just going for raw damage here, not the accuracy. HP, I could change that, and in fact, that's again a 5-star that's snuck in here. I could, in fact, change that easily. Let's just have a look if I do a quick upgrade, what we get. Do I have enough? Yes, 4K silver. That's fine. Let's just jump that up. That was a greedy upgrade, over 3 million pretty much. But that's fine. We're going to whack on another defense here. Again, it's not too important because I've got Velk, but it does allow for those times when maybe shield has come down. All right, that was lucky there. Look at that, a max. Whoa, that's a serious upgrade on attack. Look at that. 26% upgrade. Yeah, 27%. Getting so excited, my maths went out the window. All right, let's quickly swap that over. I am very pleased with that. Look at that. From an 11% attack. Look, that was a very lucky discovery. And of course, it's a 6-star win-win. What am I doing with these feeble bits of equipment? I need to go visit Spider again because I've obviously got these undead items geared elsewhere. All right. And attack. That's good enough. An attack. That could... Ooh, a speed. But it's a defense. All right. Might re-roll that at some point, but for now that's fine. All right, a 3-speed setup there. And what else? I believe that's everybody that is of any importance here. Let's wrap that up. And of course, in an ultimate nightmare setup, works very nicely depending on what kind of affinity I get. Just show you Great Hall here quickly. As you can see, I've been working on all of the bonuses coming on nicely for the main ones that I use, which are in fact void over everybody else. Marshalet definitely needs some upgrades, but he's still a fairly recent addition to my team, so it's going to be a slow process. As you can see here, I've got 4,000 to use to upgrade these, and I will be doing that. But we only use our resources for personal CVCs. And we'll grab the loot from a normal CVC, so if you would like to join, again, Wicked Beasts, send an application WB. You'll find us there. 25 war trophies, an awesome team. Very chilled, but we get things done and we are active every single day. All right. Let's see. Just checking through that. I've done all my dailies. Next mission that needs to be done. Deflection set. Now, for some reason, I think I've hammered those, probably because I did an auto sell on 5 stars, etc. And of course, that's not good. Oh, thank you, Exile. Shout out there. Demolish. Let's just have a quick look. Demolish. That's really awesome. Appreciate that. Quickly, let's just see what that gives us. And I'll be doing this to all 7 accounts. Oh, very nice. XP. That was great timing there. Let's just grab that. Ah, nice. I'm going to be smacking down some hard dungeons here. I really enjoy looking for the mythicals in a hard dungeon. In fact, I think I picked some of those up. Let's just have a quick look here one more time. And let's see some new items that have come through. As you can see, 6-star item gear is what I'm looking for. I don't like days. I usually go through manually and sell these, and I need to sell these blues as well. But I'm not bothered about getting more silver right now. I don't keep avenging either. Chuck that. That's very, very nice. That I got today. Beautiful 6-star myth. Crit damage. Could be used on Solus. I need to get rid of that as well. Again, I'm not bothering to do it manually now. And again, that's just from yesterday's arena. Some 5-star junk. So that needs to be chucked out as well, which I will do. All right, let's see what else I got. Ooh, very nice. Got some good sets over here too. All right, for now, I'm thinking I might even put Solus, who's my arena champ, Uber Nuka in free set, not massive defense instead, because when they hit him, because they have to hit him because he does a provoke AoE taunt, they'll come hit him and then they usually get frozen. Of course, I could change that up. I could put him in a very, very nasty stone set and he'll be invincible and they'll be attacking him and not even denting him. So I have thought about playing around with that, but I've currently got that set up on Yumeko. All right, one more thing quickly. Let's just acknowledge this Exile Rex. Again, shout out there. And let's just be sure, demolish, yeah. All right, good. Let's put this in here. Yes, you're seeing behind the scenes for those who don't work as a clan master. All right. New promo code. Demolish. All right, I think that is correct. My dog is snoring loudly in the background. All right, new promo code demolish. Awesome. Oh, yeah, that is some seriously horrendous typo. Typos. All right, let's finish this. Great. Always loving more of these goodies. And just as a treat, even though this is not on a ×2, we'll just throw out these. I have got many amazing legendaries just from doing this. Once I pulled 3 legendaries in a 10 pull, which was insane. All right. Just food as far as I'm concerned. Until next time, friends, remember, get out there, be epic, release your inner beast. No mercy, make them suffer greatly.
Gaming beasts, stay a while and listen. Watch another one.